Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for January 23, 2024. And in the news this evening, hotel chef killed in Hanover gun attack. A chef at a popular hotel in Hanover was shot and killed by gunmen on Norman Manley Boulevard near the resort on Monday night. He has been identified as 48-year-old Rohan Simpson, otherwise called Tyson, from Cave District in Westmoreland. Reports reaching the news are that around 10:20 p.m., Simpson had just finished working and had gone outside the hotel, where he reportedly moved his private motor car closer to the resort's main entrance. Police said Simpson exited the vehicle and stood outside waiting on a fellow employee when two men alighted from a white Toyota Axia motor car which was parked nearby. One of the men opened gunfire, hitting Simpson multiple times before fleeing the scene in the said Axia. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Simpson was found lying on his back with gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. No motive has yet been established for the attack. Cop charged with a grievous sexual assault of 14-year-old girl. A policeman has been arrested and charged following allegations that he had sexual relations with a 14-year-old girl in Trelawney. The cop, 44-year-old Dwayne Brown from the parish, was charged on Monday following a ruling from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Brown is charged with 5 counts of sexual intercourse with a person under 16 and 5 counts of grievous sexual assault. Information reaching the news is that Brown was accused of being involved in an intimate relationship with a child, during which they had sexual intercourse on several occasions. The last time was said to be on February 18, 2022. Reports indicated that in March 2023, the child's mother reportedly went through her phone and saw several messages of sexual nature between her and the policeman. A report was made to the police, and the child was medically examined at the Falmouth Hospital. A file was prepared and sent to the office of the DPP, and a ruling was made for the accused to be charged. 41 vehicles found in St. Mary as police uncover major car stealing ring. Police in St. Mary say that up to 41 stolen motor vehicles were found over the weekend as part of a high-level probe into a major car stealing ring in the parish. The news understands that the Stolen Motor Vehicles Unit and the Criminal Investigation Branch have been engaged to investigate the case. Head of the St. Mary Police, Superintendent Bobette Morgan Simpson, said that the ring was uncovered after a report was made about one of the missing cars. She said when the vehicle was tracked, police were led to a site in the Comapen community where 28 other vehicles were found, most of which were scrapped. It so happens that an Axio was stolen in the Aracabesa area and a Mark X was stolen in the Three Hill area. It so happens that the owner of the Axio had a tracking device on the vehicle, so he tracked the vehicle and it led to an area called the Coma. The police accompanied him to the location and the Axio was found, as well as the Mark X. The police saw that there were 28 vehicles at one location that were scrapped, and they were mostly Axios and other varieties of vehicles there, she said. She said further investigations led to another location in Rocky Hill in the parish where 13 other vehicles were found. A further search led us to another location in Rocky Hill where we also saw 13 other vehicles, mainly Axio, and we saw a number of license plates. From our indications, those vehicles were not really old. It's very sad that the persons are investing, spending hard-earned money, borrowing and buying their vehicles, and there are just some people out there waiting to take it away from them, she said. Superintendent Morgan Simpson is urging motor vehicle owners to be vigilant and install tracking devices. If it wasn't for the tracking device on this vehicle, it is highly unlikely that it would have been found, but because of that piece of technology, the vehicle was recovered, and in the process, another vehicle that was stolen was recovered. And we stumbled upon what is evidently a very big stolen motor vehicle ring, she said. St. Elizabeth customer service representative slapped with a lottery scam in charge. The police in St. Elizabeth have laid a lottery scam in charge against a 25-year-old customer service representative of Bull Savannah District. She is Terrian Jarrett, who is charged with knowingly possessing identity information. The police report that about 3 a.m. on Sunday, January 21, a team conducted an intelligence-led operation in the area and the premises was searched. According to the police, Jarrett was found in possession of several lead sheets with identity information of persons living overseas. She was subsequently arrested and charged. Her court date is being finalized. Questions raised about the ministries flagged for $1.7 trillion in unaccounted funds. Questions have been raised about how tax dollars are being spent after some ministries and the public bodies were found to be non-compliant with the fiscal regulatory requirements. Among the violators failing to prepare and submit appropriation accounts are the Ministries of Labor and Social Security, Education and Youth, and Health and Wellness, as well as the Office of the Prime Minister. In her 2023 annual report, Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis indicated that as a result of non-compliance, she was unable to make an independent assessment of how more than $1.6 trillion allocated to these ministries were utilized. The Financial Administration and Audit Act requires the Permanent Secretary, who is the accounting officer, to prepare and submit to the Minister and the Auditor General the appropriation accounts for 4 months after the fiscal year. Mrs. Monroe Ellis says for 9 fiscal years spanning 2012 to 13 to 2018 to 19 and 2021 to 2022 to 2022-2023, Parliament approved $902 billion to manage and administer public education in Jamaica. But for the periods specified, the Ministry of Education was found wanting in adhering to the law and the good governance practices. The Ministry of Health and Wellness was also featured for its delinquency in submitting appropriation accounts in keeping with the law for financial years 2013-14, 2022-23, while the Ministry of Labor and Social Security was flagged for failing to submit accounts for financial years 2011-2012 to 2012-2013 and 2019-2020 to 2022-2023. OPM also found itself in breach of the FAA law as its accounting officer failed to submit 3 appropriation accounts representing an accumulated budgetary allocation of approximately $12.02 billion. Executive Director of the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, Jeanette Calder, said that the issue rests on the shoulders of permanent secretaries.
The permanent secretary needs to make sure that after 4 months when the year ends, she sends her report to Parliament to say, what have we done with the people's money? All right. When that don't happen, Delia, who's supposed to come and say, what are going? The people who get the report.
Yes.
Who are those? Are parliamentarians. So we have parliamentarians, for example, the Ministry of Health, for 10 years has not told our parliamentarians, told our Auditor General what they have done with our money. How much money we're talking about? Just a little bit under $700 billion.
St. Mary man facing trial 12 years after murder charge. 12 years after he was charged with murder, the trial of Peter Wilson got underway in the St. Anne Circuit Court on Monday. Mr. Wilson of Hamilton Mountain in Aracabessa, St. Mary, was charged shortly after the killing of a man known as a Jackie, also of a St. Mary address. The incident reportedly occurred in the Ocheriasa market on January 9, 2012. It is reported that minutes before midnight, Mr. Wilson and Jackie got into an altercation. It's alleged that Mr. Wilson chased Jackie and stabbed him repeatedly. Jackie was pronounced dead at hospital. At the trial Monday, the prosecution called one of 2 eyewitnesses, who was also cross-examined by the defense counsel.